Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? One of the biggest talking points among Saints fans, certainly, has been Quan Alexander, and understandably so. When you start talking about the LSU guys who make their way to play for the Saints, they're always going to be fan favorites, and it's going to be something that it's going to be a big topic of conversation. Tyrann Mathieu has been that certainly this offseason. And Quan Alexander has kind of been a point of much angst as well, as he remains unsigned. And Adam Schefter earlier today tweeted that free agent linebacker Kwon Alexander is visiting the New York Jets today. As a reminder, Kwon, when he was in San Francisco with the 49ers, played for Robert Saleh, who was the defensive coordinator with the Niners before he became the head coach of the Jets. So you have some synergies there with the player and the coach that knows the player well, and vice versa. I mean, some former teammates with the Saints as well. I mean, Sheldon Rankins is with the Jets now, of course, who played in New Orleans with Kwon Alexander. Justin Hardy played with the Saints, and with Kwon is now with the Jets as well. So there are some familiarity. I know there's a lot of Saints fans that want the team to hurry up and re-sign Kwon and bring him back to New Orleans, and I'm in that number as well. Like, I want Kwon back in New Orleans, but the qualifier is that I want Kwon back in New Orleans at the right price. Last year, Kwon played on a one-year deal. A one-year deal that was worth right at $1 million. It was basically a prove-it deal for a guy who'd been injury-prone throughout his career and was coming off of an Achilles injury. I mean, he tore his Achilles on Christmas Day. Kwon Alexander tore his Achilles on Christmas Day, so just shy of New Year's. And he made an incredible comeback to be ready for the start of the season. But because there was so much uncertainty about the injury, no one was going to invest a big contract into him. So he got a one-year deal with the Saints, and he got hurt again. He hurt his elbow or his shoulder, whatever it was, and missed a handful of games in 2021 as well, which really has been the story of Kwon's career. When he has been healthy, when Kwon Alexander has been on the field, he has been a really good player. Last year for the Saints, he started just 8 games. Played in 12, but started 8. He had 50 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks, and an interception. You are darn right I will take that from a guy in somewhat of a reserve role, starting just half the season. And if you were to take those 8 starts and the statistics in the 12 games, the 8 starts, and sort of extrapolate it over 17 games, now you're talking about a guy that's a 100-tackle guy, double-digit tackles for loss, in the 6 to 8 sacks range. Absolutely. You pay that guy. You love that guy, especially next to DeMario Davis, when he's a guy that can rush the passer, that can defend against the run, and can also drop into coverage. Kwon's awesome when he's healthy. But that's been the problem. He's only played a full season once in his career. That was his second season in the league back in 2016 when he was with Tampa. Played in 12 games as a rookie, 16 games his second year, 12 games in year 3. And since then, he has not played in double-digit games until this past season. 6 in 2018, 8 in 2019. He played in 12 in 2020. 7 for the Saints, 5 for the Niners. And then 12 this past year. He's just not durable. What's the old adage? The best ability is availability. And Kwon Alexander hasn't been available. So, do I want Kwon Alexander with the Saints? Absolutely I do. But if Kwon Alexander wants a big contract, the Saints can't justify that. I don't know what team can justify that for a guy that has never been healthy in his career. Great player when he's on the field. He just hasn't been on the field. So if Kwon wants to come back, on a deal like he just played on. Give him a $1 million deal, a veteran minimum, whatever that maybe a little bit over, something incentive-laden. Okay, but how can you guarantee anything with any length? And stunningly, Quan's only 27. Don't forget, he showed up at LSU as a young guy, played early, and left early. So he's only 27 years old, despite the fact that he's been in the league since 2015. So he's a young guy. He's a young man, but he just isn't durable. And that's why the Saints have had to really invest draft picks into that position. They drafted Zach Bond. It hasn't really worked out. But they drafted Pete Werner in the second round last year, and Pete Werner played really well. As a rookie, Pete Werner played in 15 games. He started 8, had 62 tackles, 4 tackles for loss. So he had more total tackles than Quan did, starting the same number of games, had 4 tackles for loss. That was as a rookie. I mean, I'll take that from a guy who was sharing time in a rookie season, who proved he can get out there, run around, and make plays. The Saints invested a high draft pick in Pete Werner, and he proved them right, and he's healthy. So if you just assume he's your full-time starter, he's going to have a more productive year too, and you got him on a rookie deal. So, yes, absolutely, I want Quan Alexander back on the New Orleans Saints. That goes without saying. But I want Quan back at the right price. You can't justify investing a lot of money in a player that's just never been healthy, no matter how much you want him to be there. So if the Jets are going to give him the deal that he wants, then you let him walk to New York, unfortunate as that would be. And you start Pete Werner. It's why you invested the draft pick in him, and he's rewarded you so far through a year. And now you just take the training wheels off and see if that dude can roll. I mean, Jets want to give him a big deal? Great for Quan. Get your bag. Good luck in New York. But if he leaves New York without the deal that he wants there, he knows he's got a place here. He knows they know how to use him. He loves playing alongside DeMario Davis. He loves playing in this defense. So, come on. We'll keep you posted based on how that visit goes. But there's a reason the market has been very quiet for Quan Alexander. There's a reason teams aren't lining up to sign him. He's an injury-prone player who clearly has a big financial ask that teams aren't willing to honor. And the Saints shouldn't do it for any reason, for the same reason that no other team should do it. Hope he ends up back in New Orleans, but it's got to be on the right deal. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.